Wow, this is Papa Zero here once again with Billy.
Hi.
Billy, why do you sound like that?
What do you mean, why do I sound like this? I've always sounded like this.
Sure, Bill. We're recording on Windows 95 and today I got a doozy of a story for you. I mean, it's not every day that I encounter a chimera, let alone a magical one.
You mean the creature with a snake's tail, a griffin's body, and a lion's head?
Yeah, sorta.
What do you mean, sorta?
It had a long slithering snake's tail, a mighty and sandocious griffin's body, but its head,
What is it, Papa Z? Spit it out. Did it have a snaggletooth?
No.
A lazy eye?
No.
A scorpion stinger?
That's a manticore.
Saber teeth?
What?
Mammoth tusks?
Come on.
Or perhaps it had blood red eyes peering into your soul, triggering flashbacks of all the mediocre stories you've ever told over the years? Didn't it?
No, but thanks for making me self-conscious on that front, Billy. Real swell of ya. What a pal. What I was saying is, its face was very disturbing. Like, it made me turn away with disgust when I first saw it.
Your dramatic pauses and your unholy articulation are not impressing anyone, Papa Z. Who do you think you are? William Shatner?
Hey, leave the shat out of this.
Did it have a diabolical mane on its head that was on fire?
On fire?
Did it have deep, gnarly scars across its face from the 100 other chimeras it fought and killed?
Will you let me talk, Billy? It had something much more disturbing on its face. I almost don't want to say what it was.
Was it a single chin hair?
What? No. It was a giant booger on its forehead.
What? How?
You see...
How do you know it was a booger?
I asked if it was.
The booger?
Steve.
What?
His name was Steve.
The booger's name was Steve?
1,000% no. The chimera's name was Steve.
Oh, okay.
The booger's name was Susan.
Huh?
Do you have any more questions about Steve?
Steve. The least frightening name for a chimera had a booger on its forehead. I'm gonna regret this. Go on.
Yeah, he couldn't reach it. He had stubby front legs, and it was caught in its forehead's crease. So he couldn't even shimmy to a tree and rub his face to liberate Susan from the confines of his brow.
Did you say it had stubby legs? How tall was it?
2.
2 stories tall? Jeez.
No, 2...
2 helicopters length?
No.
2 Volvos stacked on top of each other?
No.
2 man-sized vaults able to hold exactly 3 liters of cola?
Did you just say liter of cola?
Enough!
That's my line.
Tell me how tall it was.
Steve was the size of 2 English muffins.
I'm out of here.
Wait, I didn't even get to the good part of the story yet. Alright, well, now that Big Bill is out, let's talk about the build. It's been a while since I made a Totems build, and still having the beautiful chess piece that my friend lent me, I decided I want to make something different, something special, something I've never seen before. Yep, Detonate Dead Totems. The offense on this build is mainly coming from the Hierophant Totem Ascendancy nodes, pain attunement on my weapon, and life stacking for the Wrathpith Globe Shield. The defense comes in the form of many a layer. I have decent block and spell block chance, thanks to Glancing Blows, as well as I'm using Corrupted Soul, so a portion of the damage goes to my life, so my decent life regeneration is not wasted. On Consecrated Ground, with my totems up, I have over 2,000 life regen, and that's not including my regen flask or my boots. One of the biggest downsides for Infernal Mantle is the increased damage taken from spells on low mana. That's why I opted to go Blood Magic and therefore negate that downside. I bought this wand for 50 chaos, nice, and slapped Pain Attunement on it. The Hamlet is like perfect for this build. It has life and then it has damage. The nice thing about combining this shield with totems is that I get to sacrifice 10% of my life once to cast the totems. But the totems can keep casting until they disappear with no detriment to me or themselves. Look at this sick amulet. Don't buy it for 40 chaos. It has damage, it has life, it has everything I could ever want. Hence, why I actually got the strength cluster on my passive tree, which not only provides life, but also damage, especially when combined with Iron Will node. Both rings I bought for cheap as well. I was mainly looking for the life reservation efficiency, which allowed me to drop the Aura Effect cluster right here. The Morbid Churn ring was really nice, so I decided to slap life catalysts on it, which gave me an additional 100 life or so. Gloves give me life and damage, hence why I try to run into my enemies to inflict exposure and unnerve them. My accuracy on shield charge is terrible though, so typically on bosses I try to mow them down with my flame dash to inflict set exposure and unnerving. The belt I crafted myself, it just has life and a bit of resistances. I'm using Corpse Walker boots because Detonate Dead needs a corpse, and this makes it so that I don't really have to cast Desecrate. I only really cast it on tough rares or bosses. I'm not sure what the best flasks are for a build like this, but these worked really well for me. If I could afford it, I'd definitely buy Progenesis, but that's just out of my budget range. On the passive tree, I focus on getting all of the life masteries, and only 2 are wasted. But not really, because the 10% more life gives me 800 life alone. The 50 life one is nice just by itself. I don't have life on the armor, so the 15% increased life is super good. And because I have 52% unreserved life, this enables me to be on low life while not being at 50%. I also have Sleepless Sentries cluster node to give me onslaught, and the rest of the jewels are basically life, damage, and resistances. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another beautiful build.
How was the hi?
Probably good. Or I could just use this one that you just said.